while starting a startup, obviously the management has to be cost cautious. Starting up the project, designing and developing an MVP, it's quite costly for them because it's all about ideas. They have to share their ideas and they have to get funding and they have to manage their operations as well. So there are lots of cost involved out there. So
Mhm.
before going into that, while making this product, we are actually helping them to give low cost budget so that
Mhm.
they can more focus into their marketing and their operations.
Welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by WriteForMe, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Hey, everybody, welcome back for another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here today with Arafat. He's the CEO and Managing Director at ZAAG Systems Limited. Arafat, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, excited to
Yeah.
have you. So, Arafat, why don't you start and tell me a little bit about yourself?
As you've already mentioned my name, but apart from that, let me go a little bit of background from
Yeah.
where I have came from. If I will tell you about my education, actually, I have completed my undergrad in computer science and engineering, and also I have completed my MBA in operations management. And if we'll call my professional life, I have been into the largest telecommunication company in the country, which is subsidized by Telenor. And there I have uh, handled several projects, which is mostly IT procurement, network procurement, and also in the technologies areas as well.
That's really interesting. So, why don't you, it sounds like you've had an interesting journey getting to ZAG. Tell me more about ZAG Systems Limited.
A bit interesting. Actually, it happens while we have completed our graduation at 2006. So after completing the graduation, actually he's my best friend. His name is Zabir. So we both had a dream to start a software company, but he joined in a software company, and I have gone into a telco company. But
Mhm.
still, we had a chit chat, and we had, a dream is still beneath into our heart. And finally, we both quit our job to start our dream. So that's how it actually started.
That's so interesting. And tell me a little bit, you mentioned being software development. Tell me a little bit more about the services that ZAG offers.
Offer actually any kind of, because currently we're offering custom software development. It could be any kind of software because it's a tailor-made. We develop mobile applications, native mobile applications in iOS and Android. We also work in the area of user experience design, service design, and also testing and automation, and also DevOps as well. So these are the services what we are offering, and also there is another area, another segment what we are currently offering, which is called staff augmentation, IT staff augmentation, or IT outstaffing, where we have provide our internal resource. Obviously, they are very qualityful and handpicked by us towards those company, mostly startups, and you can say in big organization as well, where they work as their integral developers.
Mm, that's really interesting. So it sounds like, you're able to provide a lot of different supports for these companies. They may
Yeah,
come to you needing software development, but then you can say, hey, we also offer staff augmentation. I'm sure that that's really helpful for
yeah.
your clients. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So talk to me, is there a specific region that ZAG Systems Limited works with?
Currently, we're mostly working with North America region and also in Australia and Europe.
Nice, nice. That's fantastic. That's great. So, kind of circling back to talking about your clients, needing help with software development, staff augmentation, do you tend to see, whether it be a certain industry, a certain size company that tends to work with ZAG Systems Limited more often?
I can give you some idea. Mostly the startup companies actually work with us. Why is that? Because if I consider about the staff augmentation services, because While starting a startup, obviously the management has to be cost cautious. So,
Mhm.
onboarding a full-time resources, obviously it's a tech industry. So
Mhm.
onboarding a full-time resources, starting up the project, designing and developing a MVP, it quite costly for them
Mhm.
because it's all about ideas. They have to share their ideas and they have to get funding and they have to manage their operations as well. So there are lots of cost involved out there. So
Mhm.
before going into that, while making this product, their product, their ideas, we are actually helping them to give low cost budget so that
Mhm.
they can more focus into their marketing and their operations.
Mhm.
So this is the part of staff augmentation. And for software development, we are actually working, as I've told you, that everyone has a dream. Even some startup, they don't have any kind of tech knowledge. We are also offering them our solution services, which is someone is planning to open a mobile application which is based on their food businesses or restaurant businesses. So we are also offering those services that yes, guy, we can help you even develop so that you don't have to consider about the stuffs as well. We can
Mhm.
provide you with the full solutions. Even we can also offer them the maintenance part as well, so that
Mhm.
they don't have to be worried about their technologies.
Do you think
Yeah.
it's that those tailor-made solutions, like you said, and that full support that really separates ZAAG Systems Limited from its competition?
Kind of bit, but it's still there. It's a market is also, full of competitors. They're also offering the
Mhm.
same. So how we are actually, offering is we are offering in terms of if you can consider more, we focus mostly on the service. You can
Okay.
call us as a service-oriented organization. Though the industry is a service-oriented industry, but still every review matters. So whenever
Mhm.
a client gives us the reviews, we always try to get it the best. So that's why we are focusing mostly on the services. So
Mhm.
that's why
Mhm.
that way we can, client can distinguish us from the competitors.
Yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And in like you said, it is, a saturated market. So making sure that you're able to find ways to make ZAG stand out from its competition is so important. So,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
talking about the market and the industry, I imagine that there's a lot of misinformation out there. So is there a misconception that you tend to hear often, either about the industry, software development, staff augmentation?
Yes, as long as we are in the industry, you have to hear that. So yeah, there are some rumors and there are some facts. The main challenge is that, say for example, you are using Facebook. Majority people know how to use Facebook, so they're getting it free and
Mhm.
it's very user friendly in terms of, using in terms of doing businesses or even social media, engaging with your friends. Whenever they thought that it comes to me free, they think that IT or software is actually pretty cheap.
Mhm.
It's not like that. There are lots of nuts and bolts, work hour, lots of brain are actually working behind that thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, we have to face this reality that they think that some people come to us and they ask us that why don't you build me a app like Facebook? Yeah, I have a budget which is around $5,000. Wow, we actually got surprised. So that then what we say is that do you know the oath of Facebook, which is um, this amount of $1 billion company? So how does it make this sort of effort or this sort of amount? So yeah, we have to face this, and what we have to do is that we have to make them understand. We have to take a counseling. You can say it is some kind of counseling session with them. We have to make this understand that how actually does it works,
Yeah.
how it's built, and whenever we gave them the insights, then whenever they understand, and obviously they get into with us for this business.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it sounds like education is a huge part of what
Yes.
you do.
Yeah, yeah. We
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
educate our clients.
Yeah. Tell me more about that.
Say, for example, I can give you a case study.
Yeah.
A few days back, one of our client came to us and he asked that I want to make an application like TikTok. And yes, it has to be TikTok. It has to be integrated with YouTube, where I can share. It has to be integrated with Facebook. Even clients wants to pay, they can. It has to be, have to have some payment integration. But my budget is $1,000. Okay, so then I take a session with him. It was around close to 2 hours. So I have to explain that what is your expectation, and we have to understand the needs,
Mm-hmm.
and then whenever we made them understand that this sort of human interruption, this sort of brain works, this sort of working hours is involved. When they get to understand, we also not only educate, we also consult them as well, so that we are always try to give them a MVP in the
Mm-hmm.
software market. Everyone knows the MVP, which is called minimum viable product, so that we can train, we can educate those clients so that they can start their business. We are not depriving that, yes, within $1,000 you can start your business. We don't actually not depriving them from their dream. We
Mm-hmm.
actually help them so that they can make this product in a lower cost.
Mm-hmm.
And gradually, whenever he finds the light of businesses in the tunnel, so that they can grow and they can scale up. We also offering our how to scale up, and there
Mm-hmm.
we also actually, well, I would rather feel comfortable to say as a partner, not as a client.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
consider our client as a partner,
Yeah.
and we always believe in long-term relationship.
Mm-hmm. And I imagine building trust is probably a huge part
Yes,
of that
yeah,
relationship.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Rafa, this has been a great conversation. Before we wrap up, is there anything that you want to leave our listeners with?
I would say ZAG is a brand. It's a brand of trust. Obviously, I will emphasize my brand because most of the people don't know. I would ask them, you don't have to start a business with us. You don't have to develop any kind of business with us. Just talk with us.
Mhm.
Share your dream, share your plan. We might help you. You don't have to pay anything.
That's
So
fantastic.
yeah,
That's great. That's great. That's good to know as well for the listeners who are interested in, software development, staff augmentation. So I think this has been a great conversation. I really appreciate you being on Business Ninjas today.
thank you also for letting me give this interview.
Yeah.
It will obviously a pleasure to talk with you as well.
Yeah. Great to have you.